Hello, I'm Pinellas County Commission Chair Pat Gerard. Starting this week, we will be doing regular live updates to keep you informed about the county's COVID-19 response. I'll share the latest reports from the Department of Health, how the county and partners are proactively preparing for and responding to this threat, and the resources you need to stay informed. These are unprecedented times. Coronavirus has created a new reality for all of us. Here in Pinellas, we have a team of emergency management leaders and partners who are working 24/7 to keep us prepared. We are closely following federal and state guidance. Earlier today, the Department of Health, or DOH, shared the latest report for Pinellas County. As of this broadcast, we have 289 local cases of coronavirus, with 58 hospitalizations and, sadly, 7 deaths. Our sincere condolences go out to these families affected by COVID-19. Unfortunately, we know these numbers will continue to rise. We expect to see a surge in cases over the next few weeks. Yesterday, our County Commission extended the declarations of local state of emergency and all other previous actions for another 7 days. This means that our local beaches and beach parking areas will remain closed at least through April 10th. We also took additional action after reviewing the governor's orders to Floridians to stay home and only leave for essential work or services like getting groceries and medicine. As it relates to businesses, we issued a resolution ordering all non-essential businesses in Pinellas to close effective today. We also gave our county administrator, Barry Burton, the ability to order businesses that do not follow CDC guidelines for social distancing to close. This order will remain in effect for as long as there is a declared local state of emergency. We believe that this is the best way to enforce the state requirement that residents only leave home for essential services or work. What is an essential business and what isn't? The state has issued the list that defines essential versus non-essential businesses. And at the county, we are ensuring compliance in partnership with the Sheriff's Office. Per the state list, essential businesses are those that provide critical services such as emergency medical services, government, law enforcement, banks, gas stations, food, health services, and even critical trades such as those provided by plumbers, electricians, pest exterminators, and others. The list is longer, and you can review it on our county website, pinellascounty.org. So what are non-essential businesses? Those include hair and nail salons, barber shops, clothing and retail stores, bookstores, museums, fitness and dance centers, jewelry stores, entertainment establishments, tattoo parlors, pet grooming, and various others. A full list is also available on our county website. For special compliance questions, you can call the Sheriff's Office tip line at 727-582-TIPS or 8477. The Sheriff's Office is leading the enforcement based on the state guidelines. We know that there are a lot of questions surrounding the order. For example, what about churches and places of religious assembly? While we encourage virtual services, they may continue to stay open as long as they enforce CDC guidelines. That is, no groups larger than 10, and all individuals and families must stay at least 6 feet from each other. As far as recreation, you may still go outside for fresh air and exercise in open park areas. You must still maintain the CDC social distancing guidelines. Playgrounds remain closed. Boat ramps and marinas, however, remain open. Boaters must comply with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission requirement of keeping boats no less than 50 feet from each other and no more than 10 members of a family unit on board. It is extremely important that we all abide by these guidelines. When we protect ourselves, we protect others in our community. COVID-19 makes no age distinction, and while you may not think you are at risk, we all are. You definitely are at risk of passing it on to someone else who may die from it. As far as other county actions, our leadership is holding daily calls to look at the latest data and adjust plans accordingly. To be as effective as possible in our response, our emergency management team has created multiple work groups. The county employees and partners in these work groups are holding regular calls to coordinate community responses for areas such as hospitals, community well-being, feeding, mental and behavioral health, support for the homeless, alternate personal protective equipment, which we also call PPE, and support for our local businesses, among other things. Our hospital and fire and EMS work groups are coordinating response and anticipating future needs for PPE supplies. In response, our alternate PPE work group is partnering with local businesses and manufacturers to develop prototypes of protective equipment for our first responders and emergency medical services staff throughout the county. Here are some examples of locally prototyped PTE. This is just one creative approach to protecting the emergency workers who care for residents in ambulances and hospitals. We have also received more than 6,000 items through our donation drive, thanks to many local businesses and individuals. These donation sites are still open through tomorrow, so please consider helping with extra PPE and ventilators if you have them. Our nursing homes and assisted living facilities work group is conducting facility assessments and helping these places reduce the risk for coronavirus spread. Our mental and behavioral health work group continues to come up with ways to help our residents. If you or someone you know is struggling emotionally with all that's happening, know that you are not alone. You can get support by calling the Directions for Living emotional support line at 727-524-4464, extension 1001. Remember, we are here for each other. For mental health concerns, you should also call 211. Our homeless work group has already secured a location where homeless individuals may self-quarantine if they test positive for COVID-19. Our feeding work group is coordinating food distribution events throughout the county so no one goes hungry in these difficult times. Lastly, if you operate a business and are looking for resources that can help during these tough times, visit our economic development website at pced.org for a full list of state, federal, and local resources. If you are a resident and have any questions, know that you can call our Citizen Information Center at 727-464-4333 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Those with hearing impairment can chat online by visiting pinellascounty.org. Our public information team is conducting broad outreach in multiple languages to make sure our residents stay as informed as possible. Visit Pinellas County Government online at our special COVID-19 response resource webpage, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We are also on Nextdoor. During these times, we need to stay connected and informed and make sure we do our part in helping to flatten the curve of coronavirus infections. I again want to thank all our county employees, agencies, and partners who are working around the clock to keep government services going while still responding to this emergency. We are all in this together, and I'm confident we will get through this thanks to the hard work, dedication, and especially the kindness of the people of Pinellas County. Until next time, I am Pinellas County Chair Pat Gerard. Have a safe afternoon and weekend at home.